I like when the GM can like put little surprises in my background.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back
Hello.
to Whispers in the Mist. That's what we're here. Welcome back to Whispers.
Yes.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with all of our affiliate links. So you can buy stuff from some of your favorite vendors. We have a Redbubble for some of our show specific merch, and a coffee for direct donations. So lots of fun. All of our social media links are also on there, so you can follow us, keep up with updates about the show, or hop into our Discord and chat with us all the time.
You can also send us your mom's number by commenting it on the YouTube video after you've subscribed and liked.
Yay.
Yes.
That sounds like it's going to be a running theme now.
Yeah. Well, we did that.
Well,
Happily never after. Sorry, that's a thing
no worries.
now. Charlie.
Hey, you did it. You did
That
it
is
here
a payment
last week
form.
as well.
Somebody did PM Michelle their mom's number.
Wow.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
Amazing.
Legendary.
Yeah, but I guess if you are watching YouTube video VOD, like and subscribe. Catch us live when we do live things. So, Darren.
Awesome. Hello. It's my turn.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back. We'll start with a recap to get us caught back up with what's going on. Some exciting stuff happened last episode, of course. But yeah, last episode we were wrapping up some exciting things where a couple of people from Ruby's past came to get her and bring her back to the compound / small town / cult. And yeah, that didn't go very well for them. You guys killed one of them, and then the other one, you blew out their kneecap with a gun.
Garon did.
Yes, of course.
It was well deserved.
Yep, Garon's got a gun now. It's very important to state that at the beginning of every episode.
And it's not concerning for anybody at all.
Yeah, everyone's fine. We also had a werewolf show up, our friend Sylvia, who did her thing to help you guys out. But from there, had a run-in with law enforcement. The deputy of the town was like, no, and sent you guys out of town, or else things would get ugly. We also found out that Ava was wanted for reasons I don't think we really specified, but that we know that she is being hunted by the law currently, and there's a hefty bounty of I believe it was $50 for her head, which is exciting.
We don't know what the bounty was. We do know that she's wanted for some reason. I think the question
she knows what the bounty is, and she's insulted, but she's not sharing it because it's insulting.
Yeah, she saw the wanted poster.
Is it more or less dangerous than the cult? And the answer was, don't worry about it.
That is actually what she did respond with, yes.
Of course. So yeah, wrapped up some stuff there. You guys decided that basically you needed or after talking to Jesse. Jesse? Oh my God, it's been so long, a whole week. I'm forgetting everything that's happening. Yeah, Jackie, the other J name. So
Jackie Jesse.
You, learned from Jackie.
Jesse Jones.
Some information about how Ruby was needed back because her dad is sick and dying, and they needed you to replace him as leader because you're the chosen one and all that. So had a nice little conversation about that before sending Jackie away, hobbling into wherever they're going. They promised not to tell anything about your whereabouts or that they've even found Ruby. But they're now off. Sylvia also headed out, said, I'm gonna leave the town, probably go to the next one. go back to traveling, that sort of thing, because she is no longer wanted in town. So in the search for information, more information about this cult, you guys decided to go talk to the Witch Queen, specifically, who is kind of the de facto leader of the Green. There's not really a leader of the Green, but everyone looks up to her, and she tends to move things in the background on behalf of the Green.
She's a role model.
Yes. So you guys decided to go hunt her down, to go find her, ask for some help, get some information, that sort of stuff from her. And we did that by going into the woods in the middle of the night. We learned that we had to get lost and then do a ritual. So you got lost by following Ava, who just mindlessly wandered through the woods. When you felt good and lost, Garon performed a little ritual, which made a little cabin in the woods show up, which is the Witch Queen's home. Went over there, went inside, met her, and had just a nice little chat, learning some extra information about the dead queen, who we now learn is the other name of the Good Mother, for Good Mother Ministries, Ruby's old cult. And we learned some more information about her, about how every 7 years the Green and the Inner Dark join forces to kind of relock her away, because she can try to escape every 7 years. But this year something's different because of this extra cult that's throwing a wrench in everything, gonna make her gonna cause something bad to happen. So got some more information on that. But of course, the big part of the episode, right at the very end, Ruby, you got a ritual performed on you to try and learn your whole deal. And the Witch Queen revealed to you guys that Ruby is the dead queen's daughter. So we don't know the specifics of that, how that happened, but that's okay. We come back into the episode right at that reveal. The Witch Queen has just told you, Ruby, your arm, which had just a massive cut in it, you're now a little woozy with blood loss, and you've just been told the dead queen is your mother. So before anything, how is Ruby reacting? What is she feeling? Tell me what's going on.
Ruby is still pretty out of it, I feel like, because we did have that roll that determined if she lived or died at the end of the ritual.
Yeah, good point. It was only a 1% chance.
There was only a small chance you could die. It's fine.
Yeah, very, very.
But did you die though?
No, we're fine.
Yeah, but I could have.
I think Ruby is just so out of it, and she had said just talk to Garon, but when this happened, she's like, "But I have a mom," and I think like it's just not fully computing in the light of everything else that has just happened.
The Witch Queen,
like it's just not really sinking in that she is in fact related to this entity in some biological form.
Yeah, I think the Witch Queen's like kind of giving you a moment to let that sink in before she says anything else. So she kind of takes a step back and lets the friends kind of be there as well. The bomb has been dropped, and she's just there to let you guys figure it out.
It says you will.
Yeah.
Go, Garan. Do that awkward, comforting stuff that you do.
I think because I was stitching up Ruby's arm. So I think I finish that up and put the tools to the side. Is the Witch Queen still in the room with us, or because I know she was looking at books?
Yes, but it was all kind of part of the same like main large room here.
Okay.
With the the dining room table, which is what she used for the ritual. So I think she's nearby. I think she's like kind of gone back into the book, the main book that she like found the information she was looking for, and is just kind of reading and letting things go. But yeah, if you wanted to talk to her, she is right there.
Yeah, I think a little at a loss for how to put things in the into words. He just turns to the Witch Queen and says, "So what does this mean?"
Well,
In the
it
grand
means that,
scheme of things, I guess.
yeah, I guess whatever the this cult, the Good Mother Ministries, whatever they have been planning to kind of make sure she gets let free, I believe that Ruby is an integral part of that. Possibly some sort of ritual or something with her, and this is something they've been planning for a long time, at the very least, considering that she was born with this in mind.
Oh. So you're saying that her pa did the nasty with the dead queen? That's you know what? We don't need it. Ruby doesn't need to hear this, and she just like covers Ruby's ears.
I think the Witch Queen's a little clinical with it, and just being like, no, he would have done, he would have impregnated Ruby's mother, but during a ritual, with all the people there standing in a circle doing that sort of thing, and the ritual would have introduced the dead queen into the mix of the two of them. So it's kind of like a 3-parent situation.
Oh, you got 2 moms, Ruby. One of them is quite possibly like the evil to end all evils, but we don't choose our parents. Can't choose your parents, so there's
Maybe
that.
that's why my other mom gave me a gun.
Maybe.
So do we just need to keep Ruby out of this ritual that they're planning?
I think she goes, I believe that Ruby's very existence is going to be a problem. So we have 2 options, I believe. One is we kill Ruby, which I'm assuming that no one would like to do.
Let's go with the other option, please.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. My bad. If we have to go there to end the apocalypse, I'll let you know. But for now, the next best option is to somehow use this information, which I don't believe the Good Mother Ministries knows that Ruby, because they haven't told you yet. So we now have a bit of an upper hand here, with the fact that we know that you're needed for a ritual, and they're trying to get you back for it. There could be a way that you could interrupt the ritual, get close to it to interrupt it, or something along those lines. I think she basically takes a second and is like, unfortunately, I think we're gonna need some help from an old acquaintance of mine. I say acquaintance loosely. In the next town over, Paradise, there's a man named J.T. Fields III.
J.T. Fields III. Got it.
Yes, I believe that's the name he's going by these days. He's much older than basically anything walking this earth.
Great.
But he has a small office over in Paradise.
Why wouldn't he?
I believe he might have a way to interrupt this ritual, perhaps aid us in causing or getting the Dead Queen back under control. But I think the best
We
way to
just
do
off her? Like,
the Dead Queen.
yeah.
I wish it worked like that. Unfortunately, she is far too powerful to simply be killed. She will always
Okay.
come back in some way, but as long as we can lock her away again, maybe we can find a more permanent option. But yeah, JT is your best bet.
right.
I'm gonna keep working on things here. I gotta reach out to the inner dark, which I don't love doing, but I gotta do that every 7 years. We'll have a little meeting and I'll bring this up and we'll see what happens. But I
That's
believe
like
that's
the unwanted family reunion.
oh yeah, definitely. I'm not a huge fan. Good old Horned Head and me have clashed heads quite a bit.
Gotcha.
Could have
Well-
been an email.
Could have been an email. No starts bleeding.
Should we
Yes, an emergency
tell
mail.
JT that you sent us? Do you need like to give us a symbol or like a
letter of introduction.
secret handshake?
I have a feeling he'll go with the flow on this. Likely, he never does anything for free, so you'll probably need to do something for him in exchange for information. But he can be quite a valuable asset with the right motivation. Yeah, I mean he's been around since the beginning of since basically the Earth was created. He's been here. The original beings that trapped the things that sleep beneath, that the things that are world-ending monsters, universe-ending monsters that are trapped under the mountains. You know those, right?
I do not.
Garon's just nodding along like, yes.
Yes, of course.
Exactly.
No, Ava just looks like, what the fuck?
Like, yes, well, of course, there's many universe-ending beings that are trapped beneath the mountains. Hopefully, they never get out because everything will end, not just the planet, but the universe itself. The Dead Queen's her own thing. She's not even involved with that. But JT Fields III, back in the day, when they originally trapped those monsters, he was asked to be the jailer, or like the kind of to make sure that these things stay under the mountains, and he turned that down. So he's just in it for the lulz.
Who's the jailer then? Like, I'm concerned. Like, are they gonna stay in there? Like,
I believe that without having a specific jailer, it's just been kind of assumed that everyone would kind of not want them to be let out, so have kind of just in general kept the status quo. I know I'd keep an eye on it. There are others who do as well, but they seem fairly permanently trapped down there without a jailer.
okay, cool.
But those beings
fairly being part of that sentence, but
yeah. I mean, anything could happen.
I'm not gonna sleep for like a week after this conversation.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, folks, I guess you have permission. And she, I think she kind of turns to you guys to whatever you're thinking, would like to do at this point.
Well, Ruby, how you feeling?
like a lot of my life was not what I thought it was.
I meant physically, but yeah, emotions are important too.
I'm human.
Are any of us really human? I don't know. I'm just saying words. I hope they make you feel better. I don't know.
Shit, you tried.
I'm not good with bedside manner. Um. hmm. All right. Well, do you physically feel like you can drive the carriage? Do we need to just like camp out for the night? What are you feeling?
Probably can drive the carriage, at least to the quality I did last time.
Great.
And we should probably keep moving, seeing as it seems like they might have more of a bead on if I'm alive or dead than we initially anticipated. And Jackie lying for us might not actually do anything.
Is that because they're a liar?
No, I'm wondering if my mother has a way of confirming if I'm alive or dead.
Which mother?
Yes.
All right.
How
Fair
far are we
enough.
from paradise?
I'd say like if by carriage about 2 days. Like traveling a full day, spending a night, and then like a half a day the next day. The fastest route is always taking the train. That'll get you there in a matter of hours. But by carriage with the winding roads, it'll take a little longer.
Well, they might be looking for us at train stations, anyways. You know, for reasons and
There's
stuff.
still at least two other teams.
Easier to get lost in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, well, and get away. You know, I don't know if you ever tried to escape people on a train, but it can be a little hazardous. There's no reason that I actually know this. It's just, you know, I can imagine. So discreet.
Sure. Meanwhile, Garad's also thinking it's also really easy to make people disappear in the woods. Anyway.
Fair.
How do we recontact you if as we get more information? Is there a quicker way than the ritual we went through just now?
I'll be keeping an eye on you guys. I have means of that. If you need to reach out, I'll know you're trying. We can always, you know, we can speak through the animals, other rituals. You don't need to necessarily meet me in person. Garon, you should know how to contact me if you need to.
Of course.
Says I'll keep in touch. If you need me, I'll find you.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So we have a means forward. I guess my other question would be, you say JT feels that they're like to bargain. What type of things is he interested in exchange for his information?
There's you know, so many things. It could be something valuable. It could be a mission or something for him, like doing him a favor. It could be your soul. It could be just a future favor. I'd be like, someday I'll ask for a favor that's of equal or lesser value than what I'm giving you now. It could be any number of things. So I would say it'll depend on what he needs that day.
Great.
But, you know, I would say hang on to your souls if you can.
I'll try my best.
The whole point of this little excursion is trying to hang on to our souls if possible.
So true.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think she says, well, I'd let you guys stay here overnight, but unfortunately I gotta kind of stay available for everything going on, and my hut moves around quite a bit. But
and you have contacts to make.
Yes, I've
You want to
get
be
right
here
to
when you contact the doc or whatever. I don't.
You do not want to be here. It will be very dangerous for you. But
That's fair.
on your way out, if you want to grab some, I've got some items that might interest you in the side room. Feel free to grab whatever you see in there that seems useful.
I feel like immediately Ava gets up and just like books it to the side room.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Green Queen.
Of course, Ava, of course. Cool. So you walk right over to this like little side room. There's just like a bunch of junk. You know, what's the word for it? It's like wizard clutter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Lots of cartoons and anime. I'm thinking like Ghibli sort of style.
It's like
where
the Howl's Castle.
There it is. Yeah, it's like where there's just stuff everywhere. So you walk into a room that's full of stuff, and you can grab a cipher from here, which means that I'll need you to roll a D100 for me and let me know what you get. And Garon and Ruby, if you guys also want to make a swing through there to find a cipher, feel free to also roll for me.
Sure.
I have a cipher slot right now, so free.
Awesome.
I have an opening because I just used the Applehead valve.
Nice.
Yeah, I used my Farsight thing to see that my dad was dying.
9 for me.
9.
I rolled an
Excellent.
8.
If you roll a 10 or a 7,
I would be impressed, but I doubt I'm that talented. Give it a second, May.
Oh, yeah, no
I
worries.
got a 30. I'm sorry.
it's
I
fine.
broke the streak.
How dare you? All right, so we'll do the 8 first because that's in alphabetical order. We got ourselves a black lung. To describe what so this is for Garon. Handcrafted ball of grapevines stuffed with dried destroying angel and other poisonous mushrooms. There's also coal dust and tobacco, etc., all stuffed into this like just ball of vines. Basically, you can throw the ball a short distance, and then it bursts into a poisonous cloud. The cloud lingers for a certain number of rounds, and then anyone that breathes that poisonous cloud takes damage. So a good way to get some damage in there.
Is that for me or for?
That's mine.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
technically, you guys can split it however you'd like, but that's the one that Garon rolled. So we got that. I'm gonna just copy and paste these in here. Garon, can you also roll a d6 for me, please?
Yes. I got a 6.
6, excellent. Oh,
So-
actually, that's amazing. Okay, so that's a very high powerful black lung that you found. So a level 8, which means that
Holy
it does.
shit.
Oh my god,
It's gonna kill everything at the cult.
It does damage equal to the cipher level. So it does 8 damage to anything that breathes that in, and it stays around for 1d6 rounds. So when you throw it, you'll roll to see how long it's sticking around. So I'm going to throw that into the Whispers in the Mist thing so that you have that, our Discord there. All right. Ava, you rolled Blackout Creek. Small jar of water and sand from a nearby creek that was buried for 7 days and 7 nights. You use it by pouring the water in a circle up to 20 feet in diameter. So you can do quite a big circle with this. And it forms a temporary self-feeding stream for the next 10 minutes. Anyone outside of the circular stream sees, hears, or otherwise senses what's inside as a blur. So it basically creates like a protective circle where no one can really see or hear or understand what's going on inside. And the protective circle is basically a stream that's just going around in a circle.
Oh, that's really useful.
Rainwater. Yeah.
So I'm going to throw that in the chat as well. And then we also got a 30, which is... Sorry to slow everything down, but that's okay.
You're fine.
A conjure card, and it has a rattlesnake printed on it.
Oh.
So conjure card, rattlesnake. By the way, I think someone else has a conjure card, which I love that there's just a bunch of those going on.
I have the cat.
Oh, you have the other one? Got it.
You're just
Awesome.
like starting a witchy tarot deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you just like pull out a card and like wreck people with it.
So you've got the rattlesnake conjure card now. So if you fold the card in half and slide it into your pocket or someone else's pocket, the next time a dangerous creature approaches the person with the card begins to rattle, telegraphing a visual and audible warning and providing the person with an asset on initiative rolls against that creature. So it makes initiative rolls easier for a creature that's going to attack you guys. And by basically, being scary to the person that's about to attack you, throwing them off guard. So you got that as well. Yeah, I love that. Making a little conjure card deck.
Yes.
Awesome. So anything else you guys would like to do here before you head out for the night?
No, I'm good.
Cool. All right. Well, the Witch Queen says, well, good luck. I will reach out if I have any more information for you guys. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right. So you guys head on out right through the door. As you guys get right to the border, if anyone turns around, the hut and all the like little garden that was in front are just gone almost immediately. Like you walk out a little bit, you take a turn back, and it's just gone. And you're now in the middle of the woods. It's very dark, but you do see that there is almost a trail of fireflies heading in the direction that you guys came in from. And it seems like she's left you guys a little trail to find your way back, since you had to get lost to get there anyway.
Oh, that was very thoughtful of her.
Well, so you guys follow that trail, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Take a little trip back to your cart. And when you come up to it, you see exactly one dead squirrel on the ground.
Fuck to be that squirrel.
Oopsies.
Because I believe it was Ava set up the apple head doll, which made it so that anything
It's a crispy squirrel.
Yep. Anything that touched on your shit just got shocked and done a bunch of damage, which was definitely enough to kill a squirrel.
Free jerky.
Yes,
Do
Garrett.
you really want a potentially spell cursed animal to be your food? Even if it was our own
At least
spell
we
that
know
did it?
about the spell that did it, you know?
That's true.
It was protecting our stuff. That's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Sure.
I'm making
Well.
squirrel jerky.
Cool. So basically, up to you guys what you want to do for from here. Do you want to start traveling? It is like the middle of the night. You guys haven't slept yet since the previous day. What's sort of your plan at this point?
How far out of town did we get before we stopped to get lost in the woods?
I think you guys probably went about an hour, just to like be far enough that you could get like truly lost in the woods, without just running into the town again. So I'd say, yeah, you're about an hour out. I believe the deputy said that you should be out by the next morning, and you already paid for a room, so you could go back and stay at the inn if you would like to. That's up to you guys.
Nah, I think Jackie knew we were staying there. Probably better if we don't stay there.
I was gonna say, do we want to travel for like 1 more hour just to get a little farther from town, and then we could settle down and sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I probably won't sleep tonight, but that's okay. I'll just sleep in the back of the...
I would normally say I won't sleep tonight, but I am exhausted.
Yeah, no, I heard too many things. There's things under mountains. I don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight. So how about I just watch and then I'll sleep tomorrow during the day? Well, yeah, I'll drive.
Cool. All right. So you guys travel another hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So just getting a little further from town, want to truly be away from everyone. Yeah, get your cart a good distance. Woods are still pretty dense here, which can be helpful because it means that you don't have to go too far off of the road when you want to set up camp before you're in a place that's unseen from the road. You're able to find like a good area where you can actually get your cart through to where you're setting up camp, so you don't have to leave all your stuff behind. And you set up a nice little camp here. Probably set up a fire. Garan quickly makes a little bit of jerky from the squirrel.
Yep.
And you guys have this little time around the campfire. Is there anything you guys want to do tonight with finally some downtime? Lots been happening over the last bit of time.
Ava's gonna ask Garan to take a look at the knife that Ava got from Jackie and gave him a crappy knife for.
Okay.
She
There you
traded her crappy knife for his nice knife, or for their nice knife.
Gotcha. Yeah, Garan, you take this knife. It's just like really well designed. It's got some like gemstones in it, which you recognize a little bit more than Ava, that these are like more like crystals, like the kind of like they're put in there on purpose to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to make a roll for me to sort of derive more from this thing, feel free. This is on the it's on the verge of like understanding magic, so you can definitely ease the roll a couple. I'd say for this knife, you're only looking at a difficulty 4 normally. So I believe for you, understanding magic reduces it by 2.
Yep.
So difficulty 2, just got to roll a 6 or higher.
Well, that is a 19.
Hell yes.
You understand everything.
Yeah.
Seeing reality.
So
the knife, it opens the vortex of reality.
So although the knife isn't magical on its own, it is like a knife that you would expect to be used in rituals, like blood rituals sort of things. The sort of thing that you would see like at a cult meeting when someone's slicing their hand. This is the kind of dagger that they would use. So again, not innately magical, but it's likely used in rituals of some kind. But specifically like, blood magic kind of rituals, the kind of stuff that the green doesn't deal with as much, but other people might if they go in that direction.
Okay. So there's no risk of using this on people as long as there's not a
Probably
ritual
don't
happening.
use it for our act, our knife throwing act.
So like if Ava stabs someone, it's not going to be a problem. But if she stabs someone and is using magic, then it's a problem.
Oh, I don't
Right.
use
It's basically
magic.
like it's designed to like channel magic well,
Okay.
but you still need a magic source
Okay.
to cause it. So it's like so like Ava would just be able to stab someone and it would be fine. But if you're like trying to
But if
use
I
it
stab
for,
Ruby
yeah,
on accident during our act, we might
knows what
open
could
up
happen.
the
Everything
cage.
explodes.
Well, we open the cage that the dead queen is in, and everything ends. So I won't use that one during act. How about that? I've got 3 other knives.
Just to be
We
safe.
also have the one that I took off of Jackie, so I think you do technically have
Yeah,
4 knives.
5 knives then. Because I had 4 based on taking the new knife from Jackie. And I kept the one that was embedded in my shoulder, so.
Essentially what I kept.
Nice.
This one stabbed me, I'm keeping it. And I remember Garon going, don't take it. Oh.
Whoops. Cool. All right. Well, anything else you guys would like to do or discuss or look at?
I want to read through Nana's books.
Woohoo.
See if I can parse through them anymore.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. So you've looked through them quite a bit at this point. So I think to find anything new, it's going to be a pretty high difficulty. But if you want to make a roll for me.
Yes, I have to crack the code.
Yes, of course. You're working on it. So I'll say, oh, actually, hang on. So normally this roll is I'm going to set it at an 8 going forward as like the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
You're now trained in magic a bit more, so that's helpful. So that drops it down to a 6, which is possible, but difficult. That'd be an 18 or higher. If you want to apply it.
Can I use my words of advice, like words of encouragement ability to drop it further for Kiran?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you remind me that ability? Or I can
Let me find it. Sorry, I'm not on the game book. It's going to take me a second.
I think I will have it in just a sec here. What was the name of the ability?
I think it's words of encouragement. It's when you encourage a friend. I think it's when you encourage a friendly ally. They
here we go.
can
Encouragement, yeah.
treat it.
Yeah, you use one of the following task types: defense, attack.
That might not be the right one. Sorry. I know there's 2 that are very similar, and that's my bad.
Yeah, all good.
And I'm almost there. It wasn't loading for me for a second, so
all good.
that was the bigger issue. Speaker.
Friendly
No,
advice.
it's friendly advice.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. You know your friend's strengths and weaknesses and how to motivate them to succeed. When you give an ally a suggestion involving their next action, the character is trained in that action for 1 round. So Garon's doing understanding magic. If you want to give them a little bit of advice on how to read this journal and this language / writing that they are trying to decipher.
I think if you'll permit it, I think Ruby will kind of do a similar thing where she was using to last time when she used dialect a little bit to like try and piece together from an unknown language, because there was that ancient script or whatever that we used last time that she kind of at least committed to memory and could kind of place what could be, or like what could be happening, and maybe make those notes to Garon to help him understand a little better, like what she's seeing with the new set of eyes.
Yeah, and also just kind of being a new set of eyes if Garon permits it. That's up to you. As
assuming,
just like, assuming. So that's kind of up to you, Garon. Like that's the other thing here is. Do you, Garon, are you doing this in such a way that Ruby would know to step in and use this ability to help? Because it's kind of like a private thing. But how private is it? What are you going to share? And if so, I'd love to hear what you kind of reveal to Ruby, or Ruby, if you pry a little bit, how does Garon respond?
Yeah, I don't think I would be very open about it. Just because it's just Mama's old notebooks, and I've been studying them for a long time, and I know it's kind of like family magic. So yeah.
No worries.
Totally fair. Yeah. Why don't you? We'll go ahead and say then that Ruby can't help in this instance.
Yeah,
just
can't
because
help. That's perfectly fine.
Because you would need to know what's going on, and Garon's not going to necessarily give you that information. But Garon, if you want to go ahead and make your roll, we're at a difficulty 6. Technically, you can apply effort if you would like to lower it again.
Sure, I'll apply effort.
Yeah, go for it. So that means 15 or higher. You got to roll on the d20. Let's see what you get.
16.
Thank God you applied that effort. Okay. Cool. I'd say that like every time you kind of make ground, you do run into another wall with finding stuff. Like you're able to like decipher pieces at a time.
Yeah.
Essentially, like because this isn't just her writing in shorthand or doing weird language stuff. It's also like being almost magically obscured. So it's like you're not just having to decode a language, you're also having to decode magic in a way. So you're doing bits at a time. However, I'd say because you succeeded on that, you actually get I'm going to give you a little bit more information about the Dead Queen, I think. You see that she's been looking into... Whoops, dropped my book. Hang on. She's been... You find some diagrams kind of talking about the Dead Queen as an entity that's like safely locked away. The Witch Queen and the Inner Dark have been working together to kind of keep her away. However, sometimes her influence is still starts seeping out those that 7-year cycle as she's like about to reemerge before she's put back down. Some of her influence gets out, and that is hang on. She mentions beasts of the dark earth, and she says that basically there's these beasts that will start emerging across the Appalachian region as her influence is sort of growing, as she's about to emerge again. And she describes them as like they're basically decomposing animals or beasts that are kind of reanimated and go about just looking to kill, attack whatever is nearby. And she basically says, if you see one of these, run. They're very dangerous. Now, the description that she's giving of these like decomposing creatures, she's like skull parts, green glowing eyes, often like has fungi growing on them and that sort of stuff. You, Garon, have seen one of these before. Way back in episode 1, when we did a little flashback, we had you remember being attacked by one of these creatures before being saved by a creature of the green. A large bear of some kind came to your rescue and kind of saved you from this thing. So you've encountered one of these before. It was almost your end if you hadn't been saved by the green's influence. But yeah, basically the thing that you learn from the writing is that sort of thing might become more and more common, and maybe you should keep an eye out, especially if you're moving against the Dead Queen as you are. If she has any amount of influence over where these creatures go and who they attack, you might expect some more of that in the future.
Okay.
So a quick little info dump because you succeeded on your roll there.
Oof. Okay.
So you now have this information. Up to you on how you share it or don't, or what you'd like to do with that.
I think I will just ruminate on it for now.
Got it.
Because we
Fair enough.
haven't, even though I've encountered one of these, we haven't seen any more of these on the road yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Cool. All right. Anyone else as you're settling in for the evening? Last bite of jerky as you snuggle up in your sleeping bags or whatever blankets you guys have.
Ava's she'll stay out. She's gonna stay up as best as she can.
Okay.
And just sharpen her knives,
Love it.
because that's a very Ava thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Staying up a little too late.
Yep. She's from New York. It's the city that never sleeps.
How's Ruby doing?
I think Ruby's had a long day and she's just gonna curl up in the wagon and just completely knock out. I don't think she even wants to think about what's coming. It's more of just all the shit and like, I don't even want to think about what this means. It's trauma processing, basically.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, as you guys are slipping off to sleep, Ava, you're up for a little bit. Can you go ahead and roll a d6 for me, and let me know if you get a 1 or a 2, which is you don't want a 1 or a 2. You want anything above a 1 or a 2.
Oh, Ava's doing it.
Yes. Sorry.
What am I rolling?
D6.
D6. Oh,
Try
good.
to get 3 or higher.
3 or higher. Got it. Just throw that D6 on the floor. I got a 5.
Okay, great, fantastic. Then nothing happens.
Thank God.
you spend a nice night recovering, healing up some wounds. So whatever recovery rolls you guys have left, you can use now.
I used up all of mine, so.
Gotcha.
Good.
The 10-hour one would still be. This would be the 10-hour one plus any that you haven't used throughout the day.
Then I have my 10-hour.
Perfect. And then when you wake up, all of those reset, and you'll have your recovery rolls back. But basically, every time you take a nap, you get to use the remainder of whatever's, or take a nap. Whenever you get to go to sleep for the night, whatever's left over as far as your recovery rolls for the day, you can use them at the very end and recover what you need. And hopefully that's enough to get you to full, but it isn't always.
Mm-hmm.
And wear yourself out for
close
multiple
enough.
days. Yeah. Yes. Cool.
That fight with Jackie hurt.
Yeah, you did take a lot. Quite a beating. Cool. All right. Well, as we're finishing that up, you guys wake up the next morning as the sun is rising. There's like a thin layer of fog over the tree line here, but you can still see a decent distance. It's just a little bit of fog. Morning stuff. Great. We heading back onto the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Doing that? Awesome.
Let's get to paradise.
Woo! On our way to the next town. So you guys get back on your carriage. Got your horses. I completely forget how I've described the horses. Did we have two?
We
horses?
have a pony, don't we? Or 2 ponies? I don't know if we have horses. I don't remember.
I don't remember how many we have.
I forgot to write it up. Okay, I'm gonna say 2 makes the most sense for a carriage that has a lot of stuff in it.
Great. We have 2 horses.
You have 2 horses going forward.
We
I
need to
forgot what I
name
said in the past.
them. Why have we been so inconsiderate?
Wait, I think we did name them.
Yeah, I don't have my notes though if we name them.
It doesn't matter. Cool. So
We probably did.
got a couple horses. All right, back on the road.
Bunny and Bridget.
Yep. Let me grab another D6 roll from whoever would like to roll for our day of travel. Ava, want to do it again, or
I can roll again.
who's feeling lucky?
I rolled a 6.
Great.
It's my Cthulhu D6, and it's got a tentacle on it.
Yeah.
Which
Good.
could not go bad for us, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely
It's
not.
I don't know, man.
So we continue for the day. Everything goes perfectly fine. You guys are traveling west now towards Tennessee, but also heading northwest as well, which will lead you to basically the Tennessee-Virginia border is the direction that you're heading. Ava, I'm sure you're loving the idea of getting out of North Carolina.
Yes, please.
You guys are heading towards that border. Anyone that knows the town of Paradise, which maybe just Ruby with her travels, anyone else who's heard of it, basically it's a town that sits right on the border of Tennessee and Virginia. Like it's basically split into two halves. So that's basically where we're heading into some thicker mountains now. Thicker mountains. That's the wrong word to describe mountains. Larger mountains, sort of like the heart of the mountain range, going into the Smoky Mountains, if anyone's familiar with those. Yeah, you get a good like little day's travel here. We doing any hunting or anything, or just surviving on the jerky that Karan has left over?
I mean, I can do some hunting with my living off the land skill. Give me an hour.
Perfect. Yeah, throughout the travel, you just kind of keep an eye on the ground for tracks or anything, or any signs of animals around, just to see how successful you do. Why don't we make a roll real quick? That sounds like fun. Just like a difficulty 3, so 9 or higher, just to kind of see how successful you are. Technically, your ability lets you do it automatically, but I love the idea of seeing the quality. What we got?
I will find edible food.
Yes. What we got?
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Good. Awesome. You do find some like a few berries, which you're pretty sure aren't poisonous. You find you're able to get one. You find a rabbit at one point, and you're able to get that. So a bit of meat, but it's like that sort of like lean, stringy meat that you guys can kind of split amongst yourselves. So enough to kind of to survive on. It'll be fine. Once you get into town, you might want a full meal, but no great hunt today, I'm afraid. Cool. All right. Anything that we're doing throughout the day as we travel before we settle in for one more night before reaching Paradise? I do like checking in though with what Ruby's up to, because I think she's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think Ruby is for the most part just mulling over everything that's happened, and the fact that the Witch Queen, or
The Death Queen?
No, not the Dead Queen, the other one, basically told her, the Witch Queen, basically told her that she was probably better off, or like it was better for the world if she was dead. So
yeah,
that's a bit to process as well. Just figuring out what that means, and how quickly tables can turn in that sense.
Yes.
Because I feel like we're in a very precarious position, and if we don't get the information we need, that could be a very unfortunate situation.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that little piece of information of just being like one of the solutions to everyone's problems is your death is definitely something that would hit her hard 100%. Cool. So yeah, you guys travel for another day. As the sun is getting a little lower, time to find some shelter, get off the road. Set up next to like a nice little stream, so you have a bit of drinking water from that. And you guys settle in for the evening. Just to check in again, anything specific you guys want to do as far as like setting up camp or anything you want to do this evening?
Yeah, Ava's gonna set up her animal traps.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see what you
she
can
has
catch
a small animal trap.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah, you can set that up a little ways from your camp, I'd assume, just so that you can see what you can snag by the morning. I like that. Cool. Anyone else?
I think I will commune with the trees.
Love it.
Just to see what the state of the natural world is currently.
Cool. That is a fantastic question, and I will come back to that as we settle in here. Ruby, are you up to anything this evening?
And feel free to say no to this. Because I do have that like telepathy ability from Speaks in Tongues. Is there a way that I can like generally feel for like a malicious presence or something in the area with it?
Oh, interesting. Speaks with tongues, you said, is the ability.
Speaks with Tongues. I believe it's from Speaks with Tongues.
Yeah, let me take a look real quick. Oh yeah, here's the voices thing, right?
Yeah, I do believe that's what. Oh
no, sorry. Inside voice. Using your voice, you can speak into the mind of someone you choose within short range. Yada yada yada. Yeah, I like where your head's at. I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's since we're using it in a way that's not specific to the ability, why don't we go ahead and make a roll to see if you can bend it?
Oh, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. Do you have any abilities with using magic? Is that a thing you have?
I am trained in the use of magic, and I am also trained in the sensing and identifying of danger.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we'll just drop that by 2 then, what I'm setting. Let's go ahead and set it as a 7, because again, you're using it in a way that's not set up for it, but we'll drop it down to a 5 with the being trained in a couple of things. So it'd be a 15 or higher for the roll. If you want to apply effort, feel free. That's your intellect.
It's an intellect. I'll apply an effort.
Okay.
Why not?
So difficulty 4, try and roll.
I got a nat 20 on that.
Okay, got it. Understood. All right. Awesome.
Immediate DM regret.
No. That's great. So nat 20 is basically all you could roll for what I was gonna do next, because I needed like a major effect to happen, not just succeed on the roll. So that is exactly what you needed to roll. We'll come back to that in just a second. So I got Garon's thing and Ruby's thing, which we'll come back to in a moment. Ava, what are you up to tonight? Anything else? Oh yeah, you set up your trap.
Setting up the trap. She's probably doing like a perimeter check, because she's good at those. Like,
sure.
Definitely great at paying attention tasks. That's not a problem for her. She's not
great.
ADHD coded at all.
No. So Ava, you're heading back. You're getting within eyesight of the camp. You've just set up your small trap. You figured you'd walk around a little bit and just check the area out, and you're walking back. You can now like see the camp, but you're we'll say immediate, short, long distance away would be the term in game terms of how far away you are. Garon, you're speaking to the trees, seeing what they say. What's going on in this area? You're saying,
Yeah.
And you don't get words back, but you get a little. You basically get the feeling of danger, 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 danger. Careful, watch out, danger is coming in from the trees. You're not able to figure out specifically, but you're immediately alerted to, maybe this wasn't the best place to set up camp.
Okay.
So as you're deciding what to do with that information,
like looking around, oblivious to the danger.
Yeah. Ruby, you settle in for a second, and you're kind of exploring. Let me ask you this, if this lines up with what you're thinking for Ruby. So you've always kind of assumed that all of your abilities were just kind of natural, I'm good at talking to people abilities. However, you did just get this new information that you are the daughter of a very powerful being of some kind, magic being that gets locked away every 7 years for eternity. Does that factor into what Ruby's doing now as far as like trying to use magic in a way?
I think Ruby is probably pushing her abilities more now that she realizes a little more of their source. Because you're right, previously she had not really registered what she was using is magic, including the fact that she's telepathic. Don't know why that didn't hit, but
yeah.
Now she's like, I can do this, and I have a lineage to do this, and who knows what the fuck I am, but why not exploit it to our benefit and try and push it beyond what I thought were its limits? I mean, look at what Garon does all the time. Why not try and mimic that in a sense, and my using what I'm good at kind of thing?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'd say you're basically like settling in, almost like practicing this in a way. Like you're like, I'm gonna sense Garon, I'm gonna sense Ava, I'm gonna feel out what's going on, see if I can like use this to better effect. And I think basically what comes back to you is you can basically almost you can like sense auras that are nearby. You're not getting like you're not like detecting someone's thoughts that they're thinking, but you're like getting like a mood almost, or just a feeling and a direction as well, how close something is to you. And so you feel out, you've got Garon nearby. You've always kind of been good at almost like sensing auras in a way. Again, you thought that was just like your natural instinct of knowing people, but maybe it's more than that. You sense Ava coming closer from her thing. Even before you can see her, you're like, oh, she's coming in. I can feel her presence. She feels pretty happy about herself setting up a trap. She did a really good job. Is what the feeling you're getting from Ava. And then you feel a third presence, and you're like, what the? Wait, hang on, what's that? And then a fourth presence. Feel these two extra presences, but you're not getting any emotions from them. You're just getting a feeling of something, and it feels malicious in nature, and you're immediately thinking danger. And you can sense the two directions. There's one coming from where you guys came, across the stream that you're set up camp next to. You can also sense one coming in the direction of where Ava's coming from.
I am going to immediately, I think first, who's further out right now, Garon or Ava?
Garon's with you at camp.
Okay.
I think, right?
So-
Is that correct, Garon? Or did you wander off for Woodstock?
I mean, if we're surrounded by trees and everything, I probably would have just moved over to be next to a tree, like leaning next to a tree. So if there are plenty of those nearby, then I would have been close.
Sounds good. So we'll say Garon's a short distance. Ava's out a long distance.
So I think I'm gonna ping Ava mentally while speaking aloud to Garon and say exactly where I'm sensing these presences from and the fact that they're feeling malicious and it feels like that something's coming in a pincher as fashion
Awesome.
to attack, I would assume.
Yep. Cool.
So-
Yep. You send that out. Garon, you had a little bit of an inkling of danger right before this as well.
I kind of think it would be hilarious if I open my eyes and turn to Ruby and I say there's danger at the same time that she's talking about these presences, and there's just this moment of like, how do you know that? The fuck?
100%. And as you guys come up with this, we're gonna go ahead and Ava, you get a ping in your head, telepathic communication, which I think has happened once before, but you're still not used to it. Of Ruby saying, "Hey, there's something coming." So let's all roll initiative real quick, and that will determine how we're all gonna act going forward. We don't know what it is, but we know something's coming.
Oh boy! Which dice do I want to use?
I am also trained in initiative.
Nice. Cool. So I'll keep that in mind. Roll the die, and then it'll be
I got an 18.
18.
I got an 8.
I got a 12.
Awesome. Ooh, 12 is exactly what you needed to be above them. So
First time ever.
Yes. Garon, Ava, and then Ruby. I am so sorry. You're going to be after whatever's coming for you guys. But you did get the information out.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
We rolled shitty on initiative. It's fine.
She was worried about Ava. She's like, shit, get out of there. It's right there.
Although when you do go first, you just immediately lock down the enemy and they can't do anything. So that's fun. That I can finally attack you. All right, cool. So
I'm so happy for you.
yes.
He's like, yes.
So before we do anything, why don't we stop for our break now? And we'll come back basically with what is coming for you guys, which we still don't know yet, or I do, but you guys don't.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, sounds
grab
good.
some water,
Yeah.
blink, shake your hands out.
Sweat.
Let's do it. Yep.
You know,
all the above.
whatever you got to do.
Cool. See ya.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people I wanna know. If you're feeling it too, out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under street lights, right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been listening for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup, believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
I'm looking at you. I'm trying to get your attention. Can I come close? I don't know how to play this. Our hands touch once or twice, feeling kind of hypnotized. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, you're looking at me, making me feel like maybe you want this too. Give me your attention. I'm trying to breathe, but the air feels just like water. You're making me weak now. What doesn't kill you makes you. Our hands touch once or twice. We should let them intertwine. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall on.
80-foot tall wolf sitting right in front of us. You had just had a wolf inside of you, like literally inside of you, but not like in a fun way, but like in a not fun way. And
What
you
is
know,
the fun way?
No.
ask Henry.
Okay. That's a different thing.
Yeah. This is not that kind of campaign.
No.
You're not playing Monster
That's for
Heart.
monsters.
Oh.
And they're just like, no, it's bags. I'm just like, cool.
And you have to say it like that too.
Bags.
That's a very Wisconsin dialect thing. Bags.
It's just cornhole.
Bags. Well,
Touch.
no, it's like ladder golf is not ladder golf here. It's testy toss. It's different because it's from Wisconsin, and we're all drunk.
Pause.
We're all drunk while we do it.
Like, oh no, my phone. Well, looks like I only have you to talk to, Salvatore.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Is it? Perfect?
And that is the garbage plate, which I had to look this up because I forgot everything that goes in one. I've never eaten one. The fact that I know of their existence is a curse.
Yes.
A traditional plate is your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausages, steak, chicken, red hots, served on top of any combination of home fries, french fries, baked beans, and/or macaroni salad, and then topped with hot sauce, sometimes also topped with optional mustard and onions. It's usually served with a slice of buttered bread.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage plate.
That's
It's
going to
a
be our
very
new
apt
ladies and
name.
gentlemen, the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage.
Sylvie were told by Natalie yet, but I think I'm changing the code name. I'm gonna be Magic Werewolf Man. Figured I'd go with Coyote.
Yep. You just hop a couple times.
Huh.
Nope.
Doesn't Maybe look it's like the pose. Try a couple more.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Huh.
Is Elena just watching this?
I
I love it.
don't think it's
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life. Show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
We are back. Excellent.
We are
timing.
back.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it. That's fine. Everything's fine. So first in initiative order would be Ava and Garon. So whoever would like to go first can pop in, or Ava was the one that rolled higher, so if you don't care, Ava can go first.
It's up to Garon, but like
I mean, you're separated from us.
we could, well, yeah, but we could just use my new cipher right off the bat and blur ourselves.
If you want, sure.
I mean, I'm fine for it. It's fine. Probably we won't die. Probably, you know.
Hopefully.
Do you have any magic-y stuff that you want to do first?
No, because I was just probably going to take aim and
Okay.
Fire whatever comes in.
yeah, fire whatever comes within range, or I see what becomes visible.
Yeah. Well, why don't we start with Ava then? So Ava, You're just nonchalantly walking back, following the stream back to your camp. You're still a long distance from camp, which you can move a short distance. So you'd have to use your action twice to get back, or roll, which I'll explain in a minute if you want to sprint. However, you get an alert from Ruby, a brain text message saying, "Hey, watch out, danger's coming." What did you say specifically, Ruby? Were you just saying that there's?
Well, I telegraphed where it was coming from.
Perfect. Cool. So Ava, you know from behind you, something is sprinting your way.
Cool.
And you actually, before you see it, can start hearing like rustling in the leaves. You hear like a boom, boom, boom as something is like running.
It sounds
towards
big.
It sounds.
And it's aware of me.
Yes.
So luring
yeah,
us isn't gonna
like...
help. They're just gonna like stand there until okay. Ava's, is there a tree next to me or anything like that?
Yeah, you're in the woods. Yeah, there's several trees around.
Can I use my action to climb up a tree and then she wants to ready I don't know, an action, you know, what do they call that? You know, jump on it, the bad guy, and
oh yeah, as bad guy.
Yeah.
Sure, I love it. So it would be yeah, you were right on the money with it would be an action to climb this tree.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go up the tree then.
Yeah, perfect. So that'll basically be your turn, but we'll see kind of how that plays out when the thing comes. So yeah, you find a tree nearby. You climb up it. Since you're using your full action, I won't make you roll or anything to get up in there. And yeah, you're a good little distance above. Anything that wants to follow you into the tree will also have to use their action. So you're setting yourself up for this. Great. Then and then you're keeping an eye out. The thing hasn't emerged yet from the trees. You've just heard it. And by big, I mean like maybe like large bear-sized sort of creature.
Like Bigfoot sized.
Maybe a little smaller, but yes, basically that size. But you do also recognize that it's running on all fours. It's not running on 2 feet. It's on all fours.
Right. Cool.
Cool. Garon, it sounds like you're just kind of preparing. So you're a short distance away from camp. So you're still in the woods a little bit.
Okay.
If you want to use your action to move a short distance, you can do that to get into camp and set up. Or you can try to stay at a short distance and fire basically from the woods if you think that would help. Ruby telegraphed the location that she was feeling them. And basically, if you consider we've got the stream, it's like it's more of a creek. You set up camp next to it, and then you're further out away from the stream and away from camp. The creature itself was coming from the direction of the stream towards camp. So you're on the opposite side of it.
Okay. I would probably head back to camp then.
Okay.
And
Sounds
just
good.
Prepare.
It sounds good. You sprint in. Ruby, you see Garon coming in from the woods. 2 of you are preparing for whatever's coming, which that is what happens next. So let's do this. Ava, when you're climbing up into the tree, are you attempting to hide from it or just be in a better position? Ava.
She's trying to hide from it, like, so that she can catch it unawares.
Got it. Love it. Let's get a roll for that, because that won't necessarily happen immediately, because it was coming for you. So it's a difficulty 4. I'd let you use either might or whatever the other one is called. Speed, thank you. Might or speed as your base for this, but you're attempting to hide up in there. So difficulty 4 would be a 12 or higher. You have to roll. You can apply effort if you would like to.
I rolled a 7, so I'm not so sneaky.
Fair enough. All good. Okay, so you loudly climb up into the tree, knock a few branches on your way up.
What the fuck is that?
You look down and you see the creature moving in, which was a short distance from you when you climbed up. It's going to use its action to move, so it won't be able to attack this turn. But you see this large beast. It reminds you of a bear, but it is fully decomposing.
Bad things. Bad things.
You can see most of its skull as its face, with some like almost skin sloughing off. You see out of one of its eyes, just a bunch of fungus is growing, a bunch of mushrooms. The other eye is glowing green, and it runs right at the tree that you're on and puts its massive, decomposing arms against the tree, looking up at you, and it starts like shaking the tree to try to knock you out. You're fine for the moment, but this thing is like coming for you from below. So that's exciting. Meanwhile, back at camp, long distance away, we've got another creature. This one's smaller than that one, which Ruby and Garon, you haven't seen the other one yet, but you know it's out there with Ava. The smaller creature is more wolf-like, but very similar in decomposing. It's basically being held together by probably magic, because otherwise you have no idea how this thing is moving or running or anything with so much muscle mass gone. But again, these green glowing eyes, its entire snout is just the skeleton left with these sharp teeth around the entire thing. As it leaps across the stream, heading straight for camp, gets into camp this turn, and it's like, you can tell that it's attempting to growl, but it's just, there's no vocal cords left. So it's just this exhale of breath, which stinks as it sprints into camp, knocks over some of your things. The horses are going crazy, but they're attached to the cart, so they can't get away. And this creature is now in camp with you guys. Awesome. That's both of their turns, was just closing the distance with you guys. And we jump back up to the top with Ava and Garon.
Wait, no. Ruby gets to
go. I'm so sorry. I was going to skip you.
So, quick question for you.
Yes.
Anfield, when I touch these things, I sense an aura. Did I sense a mind?
Gotcha. You basically sensed an intent, but you didn't get any motions from it. You weren't getting even the barest outline of thought. It seems like these are like mindless beings almost, with an intent behind it. Yes.
That's fine. I'm just going to fast talk this thing.
Okay.
Or bewitch this thing, not fast talk.
I was going to say, I don't know if it'll care.
Yeah, fast talk, it requires it to be intelligent. Bewitch does not.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so bewitched is the one where it's your
eyes turn.
It's like it just can't move.
Got it. Okay. When speaking, I have to check the ability every time because it's so goddamn powerful. But let me just check again.
Love this ability.
Yeah, it's great for you. Even if the creature can't understand you. Yep. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's do this though. I'm still gonna have you roll for reasons that I can't fully tell you. I'm gonna have you basically roll to try and do it. But and again, I can't fully tell you, so sorry about that. But it's just a difficulty 4. This is intellect, so if you want to apply effort to make this easier, you definitely can. But it's a 12 or higher right now.
Is this technically a persuade?
Yeah. It's on the verge. I'll tell you what. I'll give you an asset for this. That's fine.
Well, I mean, technically this is using magic too, which I'm trained in. So
perfect.
We're fine.
Yeah.
It took me. I was like, wait, no, but it is using magic now. I recognize that it's using magic.
Perfect. And you're trained in using magic, so that'll drop a 1.
Yeah, and then I'll apply another effort.
Perfect. So it's just a difficulty 2. You got to roll a 6 or higher on this.
Yeah, nope, did not make it.
You didn't.
I actually
okay.
rolled a 1. my luck is that bad. So I don't
Yeah.
know if ones incur something. I don't remember. But
They do. They actually cause a GM intrusion to happen. So I get to, for free, do something terrible to you guys. So let me think
Go
about that
for it.
real quick.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, okay. Ooh, suggested GM intrusions for this creature. That's awesome.
Let's all go to the lobby. Go to the
Oh,
lobby.
this one sucks. All right, I'm doing this one. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Ruby, here's what happens from your point of view. So what is there something specifically you're saying to kind of move the magic to try and stop this creature?
I mean, honestly, she's kind of talking to it like it's a beast, essentially. Like soothing words, kind of more so not really talking, but keeping her tone like calm and docile and stuff like that to like try and soothe it while she's talking. And I'm guessing she like it's been a lot, like this entire last 24 hours, and she probably stumbles over her words.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yep. So you reach out and you're you now kind of understand a little bit more that it's not just talking, it's also you're channeling a bit of magical energy into this. So you kind of reach out to this creature's mind to try and control it. But you immediately notice that as you reach out, it goes past this creature's mind into something else that is, I don't know, controlling this creature, influencing this creature. And you feel something come back to you. You hear a laugh. Hey, daughter. And then I need you to make an intellect defense roll, please.
So weird. Hey, daughter.
Hey, what's up, daughter? I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean.
It's like, let me quick check and see if I have any kind of training in this.
Yeah, intellect defense rolls, I don't think you would have anything for, but feel free to.
No, I don't think so, but I will apply another edge to this.
Okay, apply some effort. Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles.
Difficulty 4, so drops it down to a 3, so 9 or higher for me.
Nope, that's a 5.
That's 5. Okay, you fail on that as well. So sorry.
Yep. I need different dice.
Perfect. So you, this overwhelming presence kind of enters your mind and paralyzes you. The initial feeling is that of like really bad brain freeze, which turns into just kind of a paralyzing, overwhelming fear effect. And you're just frozen in shock. It'll be through the next your next turn this will be happening, and then you should be able to shake it off. Awesome. So that's exciting. So unfortunately you rolled a 1, so that wasn't even my turn. That was just me fucking with you. I'm so sorry.
Do I get to at least, can I say something as this happens though?
Yeah, of course. So a presence just a very powerful presence just entered your mind.
I feel like actually Ruby probably screams.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Ava hears it, but Garon definitely does. He sees that there is an issue going on.
Yeah, Garon, I mean, Ruby is doing something she's done a million times before. You've seen it over and over of just trying to stop something that's coming for you guys. And instead, she reaches out, she starts talking, and then immediately the creature doesn't stop moving, but she does, and lets out this blood-curdling scream. And actually, we'll go ahead and keep this rolling, Garon. It's your turn right now. You just saw this happen.
Okay. Yeah. I think even before whatever happened to Ruby happened, I think he was already like on the verge of just swearing lowly because like, god damn, now of all times. But his knowledge of the forest and everything, and having encountered these creatures before, would I be able to tell if like the bodies of these creatures are flammable? Like, do they seem wet, or like would the plants that have kind of embedded on them be dry enough to catch fire? Or
I love where your head's at. I'd say they're probably about as flammable as any other creature, any other being. So you know, it has patches of like fur and stuff like that could maybe light on fire, but it's not like more flammable than anything else.
As long as it can catch fire, that's all I care about.
Yes.
So
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
just also same, Ruby is frozen. Garon would step between Ruby and this advancing creature, and he's gonna use magic, and I think just like slide his hand like in front of him to unleash like a wave of flame.
Love it.
Towards it's in the shape of a wolf, right? Ours is? Or is
Yeah, yeah. Well,
okay.
Wolf, like with both of these creatures, it's like most of it is those parts, but there's like extra
stuff,
things grafted onto them.
Yeah.
Like one of its legs, actually for your wolf one, I'm gonna say its back legs are both deer legs, which are pushing off to make it run even faster at you guys, but its front claws are still very wolf-like.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. You using an ability for this specifically?
Using magic. Yeah.
Just magic. Cool. I love it. Cool. All right, you go ahead and make this attack. So we'll need this is definitely intellect. So if you want to make an intellect difficulty 4 roll for me for doing this.
Okay. I am specialized in using magic, so
you sure are. Yeah, why don't go ahead and drop that down to difficulty 2, so 6 or higher for me.
Okay.
Oh no, please. What did you roll?
It's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay,
I
thought you rolled.
I was like, I don't need it to spend effort for this. I got no fucking 3.
Oh, but the hubris. Exactly. If you had spent the effort, that would have been just enough. A 3. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The trend of not being able to land my attack rolls continue.
I love where your head's at though. So you blast this out, but you create almost more of like a barrier of fire in front of you guys, between you and the creature. And this almost wall of flame pops up in front of you. We'll see what happens on the creature's turn as far as like how it deals with this. But you do not immediately hit it with any flame. You're just creating like a bit of protection between you and Ruby as you stand between the two of them.
Okay.
Awesome. Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I think I would also just, as I've created this barrier of flame over my shoulder, just say, Ruby, what's going on? Come on, stay with me.
All right, and of course, Ruby, you are fully paralyzed, but I think the words are at least getting through. And we'll come back to what's happening on your turn. Ava, over to you. You got this big old bear creature is shoving on the tree to try and knock you down. You're holding on as it's kind of swaying.
Oh, great. This is my favorite. All right. So
it's letting out this roar that's like very wet sounding, if that makes sense, as it's trying to get you.
Disgusting.
Gonna cough up a hairball.
Much worse.
I think that Ava's gonna use her quick throw and throw a couple knives at it. She's not throwing Jackie's knife. She's not really sure what's gonna happen if she throws Jackie's knife, so
that's fair. Hanging on to that makes sense.
She's not gonna throw that until it's a last resort.
Awesome. So difficulty 4, but it's eased because you're using daggers, so it'll be a difficulty 3, 9 or higher for me.
Okay. That one missed.
Oh no.
With a 2.
All right. Do you want to apply effort, by the way? Or you it'd be
yeah, you know what? I'll apply effort to it,
okay.
Even though that 2 will still fail.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. But for this next one, I mean.
Yeah, that's good because I rolled an 8.
Nice. Sounds good. Cool. Yeah, so without the effort, it would have missed, but you wildly missed with the first one. The dagger just goes straight into the ground next to it.
Quit shaking me while I'm trying to aim.
By the way, keep track of how many daggers you have, because that's going to be important, because you're throwing them away from
She
yourself.
has 3 left.
Awesome, because she's thrown 2, and you've got 2 regular throwing daggers, and then the new fancy one. Cool. So you throw 2 daggers. The first one misses. The second one stabs right between the eyes. How much damage do your daggers do again?
3.
3 damage. Awesome. Now you do realize as soon as it stabs in, it has very little reaction to it at all. It's still going straight for you. It like stabs into its brain, and it doesn't go down. And the effect that's happening right now is that this thing has an armor of 2, so it negates 2 damage on every attack. So 1 damage got through on this thing with your first knife. That's that.
Cool.
Awesome. So we've got that. Anything else you want to do on your turn? You attack twice. You're just on this tree grabbing more daggers, or just bracing for another attack?
I think she is going to maneuver herself to like get. I'm thinking she's probably gonna just lose those daggers, which she just gained 2 new daggers. But she's gonna try to use her movement to maneuver herself like away from where the bear is, so that she can jump down and book it towards her friends.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. So you're like getting ready to jump out of the tree at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll come back to that on your turn. But in the meantime, we have both of the beasts of the dark earth to go. So since we were just dealing with Ava, I'm going to have this bear creature go first. It is just straight up, it's too large to climb this tree. It would really like to get up there and start eating you, but it can't. But it is getting a good amount of like sway on this tree from just trying to shake it down. So I need a roll from you. We'll call this either might defense or speed defense, whatever you'd like to use.
Can I do speed defense because I am specialized in it?
Fantastic. Awesome. So it would be a difficulty 4. That drops it down to a 3. So that would be a 9 or higher. Feel free to apply effort if you would like to.
I rolled a 15.
15. All right, you're fine. Awesome. Cool. So you hang on as this thing keeps shaking. You're just
she has balance too, so we could have used either one of those.
Yeah, exactly. You got plenty of stuff going on to just like stay balanced, stay in this tree. You're in your element.
I'm roping on a tree.
Exactly. Yeah, you're even like standing on a limb because you're about to come off, and you're doing fine, like grabbing onto something and not keeping your balance.
Normally she doesn't grab onto anything, so this is actually easier than normal.
Yeah,
and
easy. You're fine. You got this under control. All right, back at camp. Garon, you hear Ava's in trouble, but you got bigger things right in front of you. This large wolf-like creature is sprinting at you. I'm gonna say it basically ignores the idea that there's fire there and runs through it at you. But I'm gonna say that it does hurt it at the very least. Let's treat it. I'm assuming that the ability you used, you were just basically saying I'm using magic to create this fire.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and let's roll for it. Roll me a d6. Tell me what you get. That'll be the amount of damage of fire that it does.
1.
I'm so sorry. And unfortunately, it's got that 2 armor. So basically, a bit of it lights on fire, but it's just ignoring it, moving through. It's just going on its flesh, which is already coming off anyway.
Yeah.
And it comes right for you, and it's going to go ahead and attack you. These big fanged teeth coming in to bite you. So speed defense roll, difficulty of 4. And let's see.
Okay.
12 or higher. You can apply effort if you would like to. Otherwise, a 12 or higher on the roll. The challenge always comes in when you're defending against damage, is you're still spending from your pool to ease it. So that's kind of the question.
I'm gonna hope for the best and not apply effort.
Yep. All right, let's see what you get. 12 or higher. Oh my God, Garon, please roll better.
Even if I'd spent effort, it wouldn't have helped. I rolled a 5.
All right, perfect. Cool. So yeah, it comes in, and when it's just like one bite, you put up your arm defensively, and it grabs straight onto your forearm, and like immediately starts like shaking you, like tearing you forward, and you're taking 4 points of damage. Comes from your might pool first, so you can remove 4 points from your might pool.
Alrighty.
And by the way, just as a reminder, if any of your pools reach 0, then bad things happen. So just let me know if you ever reach 0 on any of your pools. Awesome. Great. So that's that creature's turn. It's still got you grabbed. It's like moving you around with the arm. You're trying to shake free. So Garon and Ava are up next.
No, Ruby.
Ruby, I am so sorry.
I
However,
keep forgetting.
He can't do anything.
He's like, I got you this time. You can't do anything. Lockdown.
Yeah.
So Ruby,
What's Mommy Dearest doing in my head?
yeah, she's basically like, you've always caused me so much trouble. I can't wait to finally meet you in person. And you're just kind of like getting this voice in your head that's almost it's like that mother talk where it's like criticizing you immediately upon seeing you, like
Coraline mom.
yeah, exactly.
Mom.
Hey, there's so many good examples, but basically you're hearing the voice of the dead queen herself in your head. It's loud, it's overpowering, and you'll break out of it at the start of your next turn, but for now you're still kind of locked down. Is Ruby thinking anything through this, doing anything?
There's definitely like, I think she's trying to like structure her like mental defenses and stuff. Like she has a feeling like obviously there's a mind-to-mind connection and she does not want prying into her own mind as much as she can. They've learned some knowledge about how to potentially combat her mother, so she's kind of trying to shore up and her mental defenses, or like block stuff off with like memory loops or something like that, where it kind of dissuades her mom from going into certain directions in her mind, I guess.
Ooh, I love that thinking. I love that thinking. And actually, I'll go ahead and say that you because you had that thought, you're getting this overpowering voice, this talking to you, which on instinct, that's what you would focus on. But you know that maybe there's something else going on here. And in the best terms I can, as far as like almost a psychic war that's being done here, she's like attacking your brain with words, almost like you've done to people over and over again, almost the exact same way of talking to you and making you focus on that so that you don't notice her digging deeper into your brain and trying to extract memories, extract information about you and your friends, Garon and Ava. It's trying to figure out what more about you, like, because it hasn't been able to reach you yet.
Trying to shore up, like especially Garon and Ava, and then they're meeting with the Witch Queen. If she's digging for memories, like I think she'll reveal, like suffuse her in memories of the cult and of like I feel like there's a slight vindictive side to her that's like, oh, you want memories? Here's like all of the punishments I went through in your name. Deal with it.
Yes.
Suck on that. And
hate you, Mom. I hate you.
I love it. Yeah, so
my life.
So no roll necessary because you figured it out. You're able to just feed her stuff that she already knows, or just are shoving it at her so that she can't get to the deeper stuff, or at the very least you hope that you can fend her off before she gets to the deeper stuff, because
noise
this is yes,
that's nicer than what I would have done. I would have just thought really hard about the most annoying song that I could think of singing.
Exactly. Yeah, something that's stuck in your head. Awesome. Love it. Cool. All right. So that's what you got
Maybe
going
some
on.
internal screaming just for extra effort, like really
Just
shrill,
think about
annoying internal
Ava whenever
screaming.
she sings in the bathtub because it's awfully off key. It's like real bad, eardrum
Perfect.
shattering.
Awesome. Cool. So you've got a psychic war going on in your head. Meanwhile, back up to the top with Garon and Ava. Whoever would like to go first.
Ava would like to take a flip out of this tree, acrobatic style, and just kind of start running towards her friends. I don't know if that uses all my actions, but that.
Yeah. So it's an action to move a short distance. You are a long distance, which is one more short distance length.
So my movement is just the short distance, and then.
But there are rules in place for pushing yourself to run the long distance if you
I would like to do that.
I don't have in front of me at the moment what the specific difficulty is, but I believe it's like I think it's just a difficulty 2.
Let's do this.
So 6 or higher, you can apply effort if you would like to ensure that you can get that distance, but that's up to you.
I got a 9.
9? Okay, perfect. Just enough.
I can go the distance.
Perfect.
Bye, Mr. Bearman.
So you do like a nice flip out of the tree, land, start just sprinting, and you hear right behind you the creature is running after you as fast as it can. But yeah, you're able to sprint a full long distance. You get to camp with the rest of the people. We'll get to what the beast behind you is doing in just a moment.
Can I use my action then? Or was that all my actions?
So your movement is your action.
Okay, that's all my
actions. You have to go
Got
a
it.
long distance.
Okay.
But if you want to do anything like say something or do anything,
No,
as
I was
far as,
gonna
like setting up.
I think it's an action to use this jar, right?
It would be, yeah, if it's your cipher.
Yes.
Cool. So next turn, if that's still useful, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? What jar is that? One of the new things you got, or?
Yeah, it's the one where you after
the Blackout Creek.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, we'll come back to that on your turn in just a moment.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that
It's
would
fine.
be a whole turn to do that. But Garon, you're up next. What would you like to do? Ava has sprinted into camp. Ava, by the way, you see Garon being attacked by this creature that's got him by the arm as you run in. And what would you like to do?
I would. So this thing's got a grip on one of my arms. I want to use magic again. This time, since it's like, I want to use its grip on me to kind of hold it in place. And then I want to take my other arm and shove it up, like my hand up into its chest cavity. And I
Yes.
want to make a magical explosion to try and explode it from the inside out.
Oh, terrifying. I hate it. Yeah, your hand slides way too easily into its ribcage, past its flesh, and into the metal, and you're gonna try and blast your way from the inside. Awesome. I love where your head's at. And it's again, it's not a specific ability you're using, right? It's
just using magic.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. So we're coming up with rules as we go. That's totally fine. Go ahead and make a using magic roll, I suppose. So 2 or higher, or sorry, difficulty 2, 6 or higher. If you'd like to apply effort, you definitely can. That's from your intellect pool.
So is that 2 after my using magic specialized?
Yeah, because it's a 4 normally,
Okay.
and then that's dropping down to 2 for the magic thing.
You know, I will apply effort because
just in case.
just in case.
All right, so all you gotta do is roll a 3 or higher. Easy for you, right?
So easy, so easy. 16.
It's not easy. It's fine. Perfect. Smash your hand into the middle of this creature. Explosion blasts off here. I think I'm gonna going forward. I'll end up lowering the damage, but I like treating this as like a medium weapon, essentially attacking with your magic. So we'll keep it going with that, and I'll think about the rules later. But I love where we're at. So 4 points of damage. It does still have that 2 armor, so like some of its flesh comes off, which is fine, but you do enough internal damage that 2 points of damage get through. It's still looking pretty okay. This is the first attack that's hit it, but you're getting this blast within, starting to take it apart from the inside. I love it.
I sort of imagine the armor has the reverse effect, so as I try and explode it outwards, it keeps, like, the inside is shattered, but it just stays inside.
Yeah, exactly. The outside is still in shape, but you just messed with its insides.
Yeah, which it didn't
gross.
really need. So it's
It's fine. It's enough that it's compromised at the very least. So now you've got a hand inside the creature. You got the other hand being bitten on the arm, and you're it's got a lot going on here. As we move back to the Beasts of the Dark Earth, unless there's anything else you wanted to do, Garon. That's your action, but
I would probably I'd just call out to Ruby again and say, "Come on, Ruby, come back to us. Come on."
Sounds good. So we'll come back to Ruby in a moment with what's happening there. All right, the beasts are going to go. The one that's farther away, these things have a movement of a short distance, and although you players can push yourselves with that, creatures cannot. So it's just going to run a short distance. So it's still about like 30-ish feet away from camp. It'll have to use another action to enter camp, but it's still a good distance away. Ava, you were unbelievably fast getting back to camp. So that one's sprinting at you guys. Just this big hulking bear figure, just boom, 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 as it's sprinting at you guys. The wolf creature is going to go. I think it's just going to keep attacking Garon, specifically because you're doing a lot to it at the moment.
I've got 2 hands inside of it.
Exactly. The firewall that was right behind it has faded down at this point, and it's going to attack you. So speed defense roll for me. Difficulty 4, trying to roll 12 or higher.
Okay.
All right, you got this.
That is cocked.
Yeah, try again.
That is exactly a 12.
All right. Hey, just enough is enough. Awesome. So you're able to break your arm. Actually, we'll say with the blast that you did, it kind of shook the creature back and it released its grip on you. Took a few steps back. You're now free of it. As it jumps into attack, you're able to dodge out of the way, or push it out of the way to make sure that it doesn't hit Ruby by running past you.
Bitch slap it off to the side.
I love it. Just bap it on the snout.
Yeah.
Bad dog. Awesome. Cool. All right. So you're able to defend against it. It's going to stay right in lockstep with you, Garon, because you're the threat right now.
That's fair.
But that's its turn. So Ruby, I didn't forget about you this time. Go ahead and let me know what's going on.
Great. So I think as Ruby breaks free, she both mentally and verbally says, "Fuck you, Mom," and immediately starts trying to bewitch this thing again.
Perfect. Sounds good. So it's like you're able to push her out of your mind back into the creature, and you go on the counteroffensive to try and knock this thing out again. So same reason as before. Basically, you're not trying to. You can't really do much against this creature, but you're trying to push your mom out to kind of disable it, which is why I'm having you roll, because it's kind of a whole thing to like push past this thing. So let's grab a roll again. Again, it was a difficulty 4, so 12 or higher. It's intellect if you want to apply effort.
Intellect, and it's still using magic.
Yes, which dropped it to 3, so 9 or higher. And if you're doing effort, then 6 or higher, difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a 9.
That's a 9, just enough. Awesome. All right, just a few above. That's plenty. All right, cool. Garon, you see this creature in front of you. Its glowing green eyes just dim down as Ruby, you're able to almost push the dead queen's influence out for a moment.
This is a full verbal and mental tirade against her mother at this point. She knows nothing about her mother, but she is pissed.
I hate you. I hate your face. I hate everything about you. I love this. It's like a teenager just hating on their mom. Yes.
I am your mother. Cool. Cool. Awesome. I love it. Still like you, the physical battle is happening with Garon and Ava and these creatures, but Ruby, you're on this full psychic battle against your mother to kind of lock down this beast. So yeah, that works. When it comes around to its turn, it won't be able to move or do anything. Just a reminder, the rule we were using is if you attack a creature that's under this bewitched spell, it does get to make a roll to try and shake it off. But we'll deal with that one when we come to the turn. So Garon, you recognize that this thing is disabled for the moment. But we're jumping back up to the top with Garon and Ava. So whoever wants to go first can jump right in.
Is Garon's hand still in the wolf?
I think I described it as him being able to pull free. So
Yeah.
at the moment,
Okay, so
The
there's
wolf reared back and I think probably pulled off of where
Okay.
my hand was.
Is there a little space?
By the way, it's disgusting. Your
Yeah.
hand is disgusting.
Yeah.
You smell. We're gonna have to put you in a stream. So there's
like
some
there's
space
one nearby.
between Garon and the wolf, then, right?
Yeah.
Ava's gonna use her action to uncork this new bottle that she just got from the Green Queen, and
Love it.
she's gonna start pouring out the stuff, and she runs in a 20-foot circle. She gets Ava, Garon, and Ruby, and the horses in the carriage or whatever. She gets in the 20-foot circle. Just hopefully these things are stupid enough not to think we went away. I don't know. That's
Okay.
whatever.
Sounds good.
I don't understand how magic works.
Yeah, fascinating. Okay, I kind of I like what you're thinking. So we're so basically all that the circular stream is going to do is make it so that they
can't see us.
they
in
can't
there.
see here or otherwise sense you.
Yep.
But they do see you do this magic, and then basically the camp disappears in a way. Interesting. How are we gonna deal with this? I guess some rolls makes the
However,
most sense to me.
The immediate one, I just knocked Mom's consciousness out of it temporarily. So
It might not have realized it, but the other one will kind of clue it in when it sees it
Yeah,
trying to get
but-
into the.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. So we'll come to the beast in just a moment, but first we've got Garon having a turn. You just saw Ava do this, just pour some water in a circle, and as soon as she did, it basically turned into a small babbling creek around you guys, this moving water. You can see out of it, but you understand the magical effect that's been placed on it is that the creatures outside of the circle can't see or hear you while you're inside.
Okay.
Actually, hang on.
yeah, no, my thing breaks. too.
Your Ruby's ability would break there because
But it'd
it
be
needs to be
so
able to
confused
continue.
about where we went.
Exactly. So it breaks at the moment and kind of comes back at the moment that you guys are gone. So we'll come to that in a moment. But Ruby, you do break the ability to mess with it.
Oops.
You see that its green eyes
Sorry.
come back. But I'd still like where our head's at. So yeah, Garon, that's sort of what you see going on. What would you like to do here?
Okay. Do I know if, like, I don't know if this is too above the table, but nothing will break this magical effect, right? It lasts the entire 10 minutes,
Mhm.
like blocking
Yes.
us, like no matter what I do.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
I
leave
get-
the circle, or you can shoot out of it, I assume.
Yeah, it lasts for the next 10 minutes. I would say that, like, if you interrupt the stream, you could stop it. Like if you basically stop the stream from being able to continue the water
If you
moving.
build a dam.
If you want to stop it early, yeah, that, or break up the earth or whatever to stop it from moving.
Okay. But like shooting an arrow at this creature won't.
No, we're
ruin
still
the
No,
effect.
it won't break the effect, except that it'll know where the arrow came from and might go to investigate, because the creatures can still move through it fine. They
Okay.
just can't see here.
Yeah,
or-
we can't. They can't sense us in it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Maybe we just.
Okay. Would I be able to like sneak around? Because the entire carriage is inside the circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would I be able to get around the side of the carriage where line of sight is broken from me to the wolf? Step out of the circle to get to a weird angle, shoot at it, and then get back into the circle.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like kind of where your head's at.
I don't know if that's too much for one turn.
No.
To make them think that we're running away? I love that.
Yeah, it's well, did you say you were gonna move the carriage, or is
not
that what
move
you're
the
trying
carriage?
to...
I am moving around the carriage because I want the carriage to block where I'm at, so I can move in and out of the circle without it seeing me.
Gotcha. So Ava had described putting everything within the circle. So basically, when you exit it, you will basically be within full view of these things, in like full view, because there's nothing blocking.
Got it.
Your view. It's like an invisible field.
Because the carriage is still in this.
Exactly. So if you're behind it, they can see through everything.
We're in like a blur. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
We're like an invisible cylinder.
Exactly. So you could step out, get a shot, and go back in. However, that would probably reveal your location more than anything. That you guys are.
What
still
if you
there.
were to just shoot out, like, away, like from where they are, so that they think that there's movement up there or something? I don't know.
I mean, they wouldn't hear the gunshot.
Yeah.
Ooh. And bullets do move faster than arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like to use this turn basically to find a way to make them think that you've left the area, you'd let me know what you're thinking or what you want to do with that information.
Sure. Okay.
Because if you were to shoot it out the other end so that they think that we're farther in the woods and they just like, go around us or whatever.
Ooh.
Or,
All right. I have an idea.
Tell me.
I am going to pull out my bottle of Wamp Away and chuck that off in the distance outside of the circle, so when it breaks, the smell permeates the area.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. I love this. We're warding them away with smell and they can't see. This is great.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. Okay. You check this thing. This jar of Wamp Away. It goes into the woods, smashes. They hear the noise. You see actually it's their turn now anyway, right? Because Ava already went, Karen went, so we'll fully go with their turn here. The wolf comes back to its senses, immediately starts looking for you guys. It's like sniffing the air, but it can't sense you guys, so it's not able to smell you even. And then it hears the noise and looks at the noise, sniffs the air, smells the scent, which is designed to like make creatures go away. But you see it sprint straight at the smell, which is interesting. But it starts running that way. These are undead creatures of, whatever. So it starts sprinting in that direction and into the woods, and you see it disappear as it's going. The bear creature hears, smells, and does the exact same thing. Runs past your camp into the woods towards the scent. And we're going to drop out of initiative as you guys see these things run into the woods, and you tell me what you want to do right now as you're free of the creatures for a moment. Are you going to set up to continue fighting them if they come back? Are we running? What's the plan?
I didn't really have a plan. I just needed to buy us time.
Time is bought. Speaking of yourself.
I feel like we should move.
So I will immediately look to both of you and say, there is a sentient mind controlling those two creatures, and it is my mother, not the human one. So I don't know how much time we actually have before she figures out what the fuck just happened.
We should move. We're
Okay.
we're in some pretty we're traveling through some really large mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are having to wind our way through the mountaintops, chances are we're gonna run into more than one ledges where there's a deep fall into a crevice. So we'll have better chances of getting rid of them if we can knock them off the side of a mountain than staying here.
Great. Why don't I'm very fast. There is that. Why don't you two take the carriage, and then I'll kind of like do a loop around, so they're confused about where everything's going.
But there's two of them.
I don't think they're that bright. That bear was still
I'm
attacking like where.
controlling them might be that bright.
All right, fine. Well, you want to just make a run for it now, or
Yeah.
okay?
I don't think we should wait. Because if they've gone a bit of a distance to investigate whatever's over there, and if they get there and they find there's no actual creature there, they're probably going to come back.
Okay.
All right. So it
Also
sounds like
possible that they might, if I am as important to the dead queen as we think I am, and her animal constructs sent a wampus cat in the area, she may have them investigate in an effort to keep me at least alive and tell her ritual. And it might buy
Yeah, but
us
what about
more
the
time.
rest of us?
What?
He probably doesn't have any need for the rest of us, though.
True.
Unless she wants to use us as leverage to make you do what she wants.
But the wampus cat is an immediate threat and is not under her control to avoid killing me. And I could be a target at that point. It's a random targeting.
So she'd send the creatures after the potential wampus cat to kill that, and then send them back to finish Ava and I off.
Potentially. If I am as valuable as we've been led to believe, but that is a big if. I still vote we do need to move quickly.
I think Garon starts packing up stuff into the carriage.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes to make some decisions. So, Ava's also just throwing stuff together, just
cool. Grab some
quick
things.
packing our shit and putting it in the thing.
Yeah,
What's
certainly.
faster, a wolf or a pony?
Pony's pulling a carriage.
Yeah.
Also, it's half wolf, half deer.
Yep, it's got those deer back legs. Also,
That thing's faster.
what was your plan as far as where you were gonna go with the pony and carriage? I heard something about a cliff. Is that what we're thinking? Or
Well, if the path we need to take is through the mountains, still, like to get to paradise.
Mhm. That's just what you're
Just-
thinking for your
yeah,
next
just getting on the
campsite.
mountain road, there's probably going to be some treacherous areas. We'll have a better chance of knocking one of these creatures off the side of a mountain and buying us even more time than staying to fight it. That's the kind of
Perfect.
rationale.
Okay, got it. But still from the road, because I was going to mention that traveling off road with a carriage is next to impossible.
Yeah,
So getting
on the
back
main
onto the
road.
road, staying
Yeah.
on the main road is what we're going to want to do. Cool. All right, so you guys.
Also use bottleneck next to our advantage in run this terrain and stuff.
Well, what if I just take one of the grenades and I fuck them up a little bit?
We had a shit ton of explosives.
Or
Don't
we
fall
could
off the mountain with all the explosives.
We could chuck the explosives out the back of the carriage.
As you're moving.
Because if they're chasing us and we just huck a grenade at them,
I think that I might be faster than the carriage. I'm not gonna lie.
we don't need to
Probably
outrun
not.
them though.
That's fair.
You
All right.
just have to
Well,
outsmart them.
Yeah.
yeah, but like you guys are gonna need time to set up the trap.
I'm not suggesting we ever stop to set up a trap. This is just we keep going and we can use the terrain to our advantage if they catch up to us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just tell me what to do. I don't know what's going on. Let's
Get
go.
in the back of the carriage and be ready to throw some explosives.
Got it.
Do any of us really know what's going on?
Not really. No.
All right, so you guys load up the carriage.
We're like 19. We're dumb. We make poor life decisions, okay?
Actually, I don't even remember how old I am.
I think Ava might actually,
57.
actually think 50s. In his heart, I think Ava's actually.
God's an old soul.
I'm 21 to 23. That I think that's.
I
what
was gonna
remember.
say Ava's also. I think she's 23
Got it.
because nobody likes
She
her.
is the
obviously.
youngest, and I don't remember if she is 18 yet or not.
Shit,
think we
Ruby
found
gives
her when she was
rebellious
17.
teenager vibes.
Yes, Ruby is totally a rebellious
See.
teenager at this point.
From our session 0, I have written down that Ava's 22, Garon was
Oh, yeah,
21 to
22.
23, and Ruby was in the 18 to 20 range.
Got it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because Ruby doesn't actually know her age because cult.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Birthdays
Time
are
works
weird.
differently in the cult. Who knows?
All right, so you guys pack up the carriage.
Yeah.
Jump on horseback. Who's driving?
Do you want Ruby driving again?
Yeah.
Does
Because I
Ruby
feel
have-
like Garon has advantage in aiming stuff / throwing just because of his
Well,
bow training.
does wilderness navigation contribute to driving a carriage?
That might be a better choice.
I'd say so. If a roll has to happen, I would throw an asset your way using a roll.
Yeah.
If
Maybe we let you take that
I can try.
job,
I can
and
try.
I can lob explosives.
Cool, I like it. All right, so Ruby and Ava are in the back. You've got your chest with explosives in it, open and ready to go. Garon's driving. So leaving the circle, as you emerge and are going to go right over the stream at the point that you guys came in from, you're going straight for the main road. So I think we just need to do a straight luck check to see if they had come back by now, the creatures, and seen you leaving, or if they had gone further
Is that a
into
D20?
the woods. So I need a D20. We're just going to set 50-50 odds. Try to get 11 or higher.
17.
All right. Okay. So you escape from that area, you cross over the stream, you get onto the road, and you start going as fast as possible. Let me ask you this. Are you planning on traveling through the night at this point, or are you going to try to find a new place to camp? You're about 5 hours from Paradise.
Ava feels strongly that we should rest when we get to the city.
And what is it, like 10 p.m. or something? What time is it?
The
now?
sun has recently set, so I'd say we're probably like 8:30, 9ish. So if we say 9,
Get a
what did I just say?
midnight bedtime,
5 hours
it's
out.
fine.
Yeah. So
Midnight,
It'll
1
be-
a.m. That's fine.
Yeah, I think
GTFO.
yeah, it's long enough that you wouldn't have wanted to travel at night under normal circumstances, but
Yeah.
maybe that's changed.
I want to
with
fight
time.
those things even less.
I think traveling through the night would be a good iddia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially if Ruby's mom's looking for her, you know? Like,
Speaking of which,
some moms can just be
Karen,
relentless, you know?
would my mother count as a spiritual entity? Or is she a different classification of her own?
For what purpose?
You know more about this shit than me.
I don't think I would count it as a spiritual entity. So Garon, you would know that this is more like a physical-ish god entity, if anything. So I know what you're trying to do here. What like
you know
item
exactly
you're
what I'm trying to do.
and that your paltry little tricks are not going to be able
Would
to
not
stop
suffice.
to stop the dead queen herself. But I like where your head's at.
I just wanted to clarify, like, if she was weak enough, I thought maybe there was a chance, but I was like, it's probably a no.
There is like a fine line between the two, but definitely she is on the side of not being a spiritual entity sort of thing. And Garon would have told you that just now when you were asking about it. Been like, I think this thing's too powerful for.
Thank you for saving me from wasting a cipher.
Yes. Cool. All right. So you guys are on the road. You hope that you got out in time. You didn't see the creatures running out of the woods after you. So at the moment, it seems safe. Hopefully, you can get far enough away. You know that in a town, likely the Dead Queen isn't going to be attacking you so openly. So hopefully, as long as you can get into a town, you'll be safe.
I have one other question for you, Darren.
Yes.
Can I, as we're driving, mentally search my own mind in a way for like any triggers or traps or trackers that may have been left by the Dead Queen's interference?
Oh, fascinating. I love that thought. Yeah, let's make a roll. However, I do have to warn you, it's going to be a very high roll, so it might not even be possible.
I figured it was going to be a very high roll.
The Dead Queen's difficulty is at a 9, which would be a 27 or higher roll. We'd have to get that down to a 6 for it to even be possible, which is 3 difficulties down, which I don't.
Yeah, and with effort and I don't think I can, because I could only do effort, and then I'm trained in identifying danger.
Yeah, there's enough there to get it down a couple, but I don't think enough to get to
I
there
can't
quite
get
yet.
it down.
Not until you can apply a bunch of levels of effort.
Can't do double effort yet.
Cool. All right. No worries.
No worries.
But you're on the right track. You even like try to search it, but you're like, it's too messy in there, and you can't quite. You're still very early to trying to use your abilities as magic instead of just instinct. Cool. So you guys continue on, driving along. You go through the night with nothing happening. What are you using as a light source, by the way? Are we using a lamp? Garon, are you doing your firefly technique? What do we think?
So I was thinking of maybe a variation of the firefly technique. I think it would be fun if I obviously not super far along the path, because the fireflies didn't extend that far anyway, but if as we're riding along there's just these luminescent blue flowers that are popping up and fading on each side of the road. Yeah
100%. Yep, I love it. Yeah, basically as the horses are their feet touch the road, where their hooves come up is just like these bioluminescent flowers that's almost creating like a small trail behind you before they fade again, and lighting an area around your cart that you can see with. Love it. That's awesome. Cool. So you're lit that way. We're going as fast as we can, and as you're able to make it through the night here. If you guys want to use any recovery rolls, let's go ahead and do that now. You can. I'll let you guys use up to an hour worth of recovery rolls. So if you need them, or you can save some, but it starts with an action, then it's 10 minutes, then it's an hour. If you want to spend any of those, that's up to you. Anyone who's taking damage, I suppose, or a lot of effort.
I'll start with an action and see where it gets me.
Okay, sounds good. And don't forget to mark those off.
I will also probably spend at least 2 of mine. I
Okay.
think we do.
And actually, you know what? Let's do this. So we're approaching the town. You see the bright lights of like a more of a major city-ish town cresting over the hill as you move. And before we reach there, let's go ahead and end the session, and we'll start the next one as you come into town from running away from there. And we'll figure out recovery rolls and everything on our own in between. But there we go. Exciting stuff.
Yay!
Insane.
Yay!
A lot going on.
Too much.
Too much. No, the perfect amount. Everyone's fine. No one's traumatized. Maybe.
I like to imagine that we got out of there in such a hurry that Garan did not have time to bandage his arm or clean off the gunk on his other hands.
Yes.
Dave was just making faces.
Sepsis waiting to happen.
Yeah.
That's partially why the ponies are moving so fast, because they're terrified of the smell. It smells like
they're like, oh God, that smells bad.
Yeah.
And it never fades.
Cool. All right. Well, there we go. Another episode. That's it on my end.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. To the next exciting installment of Whispers in the Mist. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good week. Treat yourself.
We'll be off tomorrow. No JJ, so.
As has been for the past like 3 months.
It's been rough for everyone.
2024 has been cursed for us, so thanks for understanding, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.